We all know the difference between what we hear when we hear a really good experienced reader than when we hear a beginning or a developing reader. And a lot of that difference is what we call fluency. In education, we call fluency the speed and the flow of the reading. I'm going to give you a couple tips today to help your child in 1 to 5 minutes a day really up their fluency. As far as fluency goes, it can be a little tricky if you don't know the keys to it, because we have phonics, we have vocabulary, we have fluency, we have comprehension, and a lot of these things intertwine to actually make up the fluency. So I want to show you the keys to really help your child improve their reading. The main thing I could recommend is make sure that your child has plenty of very easy to read material at your house that they can practice on a daily basis. This can be kind of difficult if your child is just learning to read, because a lot of the books that we see out are not on a kindergarten level, or they're not on a beginning kindergarten level. So regardless of what grade your child is in, if your child does not have easy to read material that he or she can read on their own without help from you, please email your teacher, send your teacher a message, and the teacher and I or the other reading specialist at Kaiser can help make sure to get you that material that you need. I'm going to show you one of the research-based ways to improve your child's fluency and bump up that reading level. The biggest thing is repeated readings. That just means I'm going to read something, I'm going to practice it again, I'm going to practice it again. And most of you probably are thinking, my kids do not like to read something more than once. We've all heard that before. But there's a little trick you can use to get your child to actually love repeated readings, and that is timing them. So you show your child the word list or the passage that you want them to read, and I'm going to tell you how we can get you that kind of material. And you time your child and you write down the number of errors and the number of seconds that it takes your child to read that passage. So it should be a passage that's between 1 minute and 3 minutes long. It shouldn't be a long passage. It should only take them between 1 and 3 minutes. And then you show your child and you say, hey, you read this with this many errors, this many seconds, let's try it again. Now, the day you try it again could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. It could be one day I read for 1 minute, tomorrow I read for 1 minute, the next day I read for 1 minute. Or maybe you have 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe you have 15 minutes. You can do more in one day. You can read that passage, then you can read it again until your child masters it. Once they master it, you can go on to the next one. But let me tell you, kids love to compete against themselves, and they love to see if their time can be faster. You also want to mark how many errors they make on that page. If they make 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, how many mistakes they made, and you want to tell them the right word whenever they make a mistake. But the purpose of telling them how many errors they make is just to keep them aware that not only do we want the reading to be fast, but we want the reading to be accurate, and just making them aware of, oh, I had 5 errors, now I only have 3. It helps them really try hard to get all the words correct. So let me show you. That didn't work.